He mocked and humiliated a helpless woman in public, then woke up cursed, unable to speak. Now, the only way out is through the very person he once shattered. The ending will leave you speechless. Hello guys, welcome to my channel. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do so to stay updated with the latest Nigerian movies. Today, we're talking about a captivating new Nigerian film that's more than just entertainment. It's filled with powerful life lessons you won't want to miss. So let's dive into it. The movie opens with a man named Etim, who is being intimate with his girlfriend, Tina. However, during the moment, he notices an unpleasant odor from her body. Feeling disgusted, he complains to her about it in a rude and exaggerated manner. Tina is hurt by his harsh words and feels insulted. Offended and humiliated, she storms outside and insists on leaving. Etim follows her, trying to convince her to stay, but instead of apologizing, he continues to speak insensitively, repeating that she smells and showing no remorse. Unable to bear the disrespect, Tina walks away. Meanwhile, another woman named Kate is deeply worried about her sick daughter. She doesn't have enough money to buy her medication. Thankfully, her kind friend steps in and comforts her, revealing that she has already bought the medicine for Kate's daughter. The next day, Etim is seen leaving a supermarket and loading items into his car when a strange woman approaches him. Instead of listening to her, Etim immediately insults her, calling her a mad woman. The woman explains that she isn't mad, she's stranded, had been robbed, and is in desperate need of money. But Etim refuses to show sympathy. Instead, he mocks her further, calling her harsh names. As he prepares to leave, the woman grabs his hand and speaks to him in parables. Unmoved, Etim throws a 50 naira note at her, insults her again, and drives off. Later that same day, when Etim returns home, he honks at the gate, but the gateman isn't there. When the gateman finally comes out and yells, asking who is making noise, he realizes it's his boss, Etim. Instead of staying calm, Etim starts shouting at the gateman for not being present at the gate. They exchange insults, and Etim, now fuming, drives into the compound, only to see the same woman from earlier again. Terrified, he jumps out of the car. His gateman notices his fear and rushes to check the car, but sees no one inside. Etim, visibly shaken, instructs him to take the car in. Meanwhile, Kate helps her daughter get ready for school and says some kind, encouraging words to her. She then shares her emotional struggles with her friend, talking about how hard life has been since her husband passed away. Her daughter now stays with her grandmother, and she's doing her best to keep going. Her friend comforts her once again, and Kate expresses her gratitude. Back at Etim's house that same day, he sits alone in the living room drinking and watching TV. He receives a phone call from his uncle, who pleads with him for financial help. His wife is in the hospital, about to give birth. Instead of helping, Etim arrogantly insults his uncle and tells him he has no money to give. He then abruptly ends the call. Guys, what do you think? Was Etim right to respond that way? Was his uncle's request unreasonable, or was Etim just being heartless? Let me know what you think in the comments. Later that night, Etim falls asleep and finds himself in a strange room with the same woman he had insulted earlier. She appears to him in a terrifying vision. Etim is visibly trembling as she places her hand on his lips and curses him. She declares that he will remain silent until he has something meaningful to say, until someone finds him worthy and without fault. Then she vanishes. The next morning, Tina, his girlfriend, wakes him up and tells him she's pregnant. Etim tries to respond, but to his shock, he realizes he cannot speak. He clears his throat and tries again, but no sound comes out. Tina then announces that she's moving in with him and walks away. Etim follows her outside, struggling to explain himself, but she rudely dismisses him and leaves. His gateman tries to speak with him, but Etim, now frustrated, reacts harshly and walks away. Later that day, Etim drinks an excessive amount of water in desperation, trying to force his voice out, but still cannot make a sound. He grows worried, especially because he can't remember exactly what happened. He calls his doctor, trying hard to speak, but only grows more frustrated. He leaves for the hospital. At the hospital, the doctor runs some basic checks and asks routine medical questions about allergies, recent illnesses, and the food Etim has eaten. Then the doctor conducts a few medical tests. After some time, the doctor returns and tells him there's nothing medically wrong with him. He prescribes some medication and sends him home. Later that day, Etim was sitting in his car, visibly frustrated. Just then, Kate happened to be passing by and was startled by the loud car horn Etim had pressed out of frustration. Afterward, Kate entered a supermarket to inquire about job opportunities. While she was discussing with the sales representative, Etim walked in. She recognized him and discreetly followed. Etim struggled to communicate with the sales rep due to his inability to speak. Kate stepped in and helped him explain what he wanted. Outside the supermarket, Etim offered her some money in appreciation, but Kate politely refused, saying she needed a job, not charity. Etim then took her phone number and left. After he was gone, Kate spoke to herself, surprised that Etim didn't recognize her, implying they had known each other before. When Etim returned home, he found his girlfriend, Tina. He attempted to communicate but couldn't speak, so he wrote a message and handed it to her. After reading it, she rudely replied and mocked him, saying he was terrible in bed. Hurt by her disrespectful remarks, Etim walked away. Tina, knowing he could no longer speak and insult her, felt pleased and smirked at his silence. That night, Etim came outside and saw his gateman sleeping. Angry, he slapped and dragged him, then began beating him. Etim wrote a message on his phone and gave it to the gateman to read, but the man struggled to pronounce the words. Etim, furious, continued to beat him, insisting he read it. The gateman still couldn't, and Etim walked away in frustration. Meanwhile, Kate sat at home crying over memories of her late husband. Her friend arrived, saw her in tears, and comforted her, reminding her that it had been over 6 years since his death and that it was time to move on. At that moment, Kate received a message from Etim about a job interview. She became excited and shared the news with her friend. The following day, Kate went to Etim's house and met his gateman, informing him she was there for the job interview. She was then allowed inside. As soon as she entered, Tina confronted her, demanding to know why she was there. Kate explained herself calmly. Etim arrived and ignored Tina's questions, going straight to Kate. He handed her a written job description, which she read and accepted. The job required her to be constantly by his side, serving as his voice. Kate agreed, and Etim asked her to start immediately. He gave her a written message to deliver to Tina. He then wrote to Kate, explaining she must say everything exactly as he wanted unless she didn't want the job. Kate agreed. Kate delivered Etim's message to Tina, which denied the pregnancy Tina had claimed. Tina became furious and left in anger. Etim then wrote, "Thank you," to Kate. Kate excused herself for a moment to take a phone call outside. She spoke to her daughter, who was staying with her grandmother. After the call, Etim approached her and, through writing, expressed displeasure that she had left his side during work. Then he walked away. Later, when Kate returned home, she told her friend about her new job, explaining that she had been hired to be her boss's voice. They discussed the role in detail. That evening, at Etim's house, Tina tried to reconcile with him and suggested they resolve their issues. Etim rejected her efforts. When she responded with more rude words, Etim physically hurt her before leaving her in tears. The next day, Kate answered a call from Etim and spoke to one of his investors on his behalf, following his instructions. After the call, Kate gently told him that his message to the investor had sounded too harsh and impolite. Etim wrote back, expressing his displeasure at her comment. She quickly apologized. Soon after, Tina arrived again, and Kate responded on Etim's behalf, speaking rudely to Tina, who left after a heated exchange. That night, Etim had a terrible dream where he saw the same mysterious woman from before strangling him. He woke up screaming. The next morning, Etim was feeling unwell. Kate helped him to the living room. Tina, seeing the interaction, became jealous and confronted Kate. Etim insisted that Tina bring him his tablet so he could type. Kate left the scene as Tina continued to insult Etim. Inside Etim's room, Kate found a sanitary pad belonging to Tina, which raised suspicion. She took the tablet and handed it to Etim. As Tina was about to leave, they noticed she was bleeding. Etim confronted her about it, and Tina burst into tears, accusing him of killing her baby. Kate quickly pointed out that Tina was not pregnant at all and told Etim she had seen a sanitary pad in her room. Tina, caught in her lie, admitted she had faked the pregnancy and angrily vented all her frustrations. Etim then wrote to Kate, instructing her to tell Tina to leave his house. Tina packed her things and left. Later that day, Kate received a call informing her that her daughter was outside. Shortly after, Tina packed her remaining belongings and angrily left the house. Kate brought her daughter inside and apologized to Etim for not informing him beforehand. Etim admired the little girl, and then Kate and her daughter went to the kitchen, where Kate gave her food to eat. Later in the evening, Kate approached Etim while he was sleeping and gently woke him up. She asked if she could go out to get some beverages. Etim wrote to her, suggesting that her daughter stay with him while she was away. Kate agreed and left her daughter, Enyola, with him. A short while later, Enyola asked Etim why he didn't talk when her mother spoke to him. He used facial expressions and gestures to show that he couldn't speak. The two began playing a game and enjoyed each other's company. Later, while Enyola was asleep, Etim looked at her peaceful face and reflected quietly on himself. Later that day, Kate arrived at Etim's house and apologized for coming late. Etim responded positively in writing, saying kind words about her daughter. Kate smiled and then took her daughter inside. That night, as Kate was leaving with her daughter, the little girl said kind words to Etim before they both left. At Kate's friend's house, her daughter expressed that she liked her mother's boss. Later, Kate became emotional as memories of her late husband resurfaced. Seeing Etim and her daughter together reminded her of the love and warmth she once had. She and her friend discussed these feelings at length. The next day, Etim woke up and walked out of his room, only to collapse on the floor. Minutes later, Kate arrived and found him lying weakly on the ground. She rushed to help him, guided him to his bed, and took care of him. Kate suggested that he go to the hospital, but Etim insisted on self-medication. Kate warned him that if the illness persisted, she would have no choice but to take him to the hospital. She then left the room. That same day, Kate prepared a meal in the kitchen and served it to Etim. She tended to him diligently, doing everything she could to help him recover quickly. Later, she cleaned and arranged his apartment. Meanwhile, Etim sat in deep reflection, thinking about all the terrible things he had done in the past. He felt overwhelmed by guilt for his wicked actions, especially how he had mistreated people. One particular memory that haunted him was how he had cruelly insulted a helpless woman. Feeling broken and remorseful, Etim turned to God in prayer. The next morning, Etim walked into the living room and found Kate sleeping. When she woke up, startled to see him standing there, he shook her hand warmly, feeling grateful for her kindness. As she prepared to leave, Etim wrote a note suggesting she sleep in the guest room instead. He then asked her, through writing, why she chose to help him, even at the supermarket. Kate explained that she had known him from their school days. She reminded him how he used to bully her in school, making her life miserable. She also revealed that she had lost her parents in a car crash caused indirectly by him. Etim was deeply shaken. With tears in his eyes, he began to speak for the first time in a long while, sincerely apologizing to Kate. As he spoke, Kate pointed out that he was talking. He had miraculously regained his voice. Etim was stunned and overjoyed. He hugged Kate tightly, crying and expressing heartfelt gratitude. He genuinely apologized again for all he had done to her. The next day, Etim made a phone call to his uncle, the same one he had insulted before, and offered a heartfelt apology. Later, Kate arrived with her daughter, and they all exchanged pleasantries. Etim then offered the little girl a scholarship and promised to support her with monthly upkeep money. Kate was touched and overwhelmed by his generous gestures. They all went out together happily. That evening, Etim invited his former girlfriend Tina to his house. He apologized sincerely for all the hurtful words and the way he had mistreated her in the past. Tina was surprised by the sudden change in him. Etim continued to speak with genuine remorse. Tina, feeling touched by his transformation, initially hesitated, but eventually forgave him. Etim pleaded for a second chance, and she accepted. They embraced and later shared a peaceful dinner together. The following day, Etim got into his car and, to his surprise, saw the mysterious woman he had met earlier, the one he had once insulted. Startled, he stared at her. She acknowledged that he had changed. Etim told her that he'd apologized to everyone he had hurt. In the blink of an eye, she vanished, and Etim found himself back with his girlfriend. They chatted for a while and then drove away together. Moral of the story: No one is beyond redemption. Even the most hardened heart can change when faced with truth, kindness, and forgiveness. Sincere remorse and taking responsibility for one's actions can heal wounds, restore relationships, and lead to peace of mind. The way we treat others can come back to us, either as a curse or a blessing. Thank you for joining us in this very exciting episode. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on your notification bell for more interesting and captivating stories like this. Till we meet again, goodbye.